I like greens. He's been in the league a couple years, so go ahead and tell me what your thoughts are.
Well, I like greens. They came out of the box last year and they, second place, losing to Kendrick's Sponge Baskets. He's got a solid team. He's solid to me so far. He's not. I really don't know how he drafts. I'm gonna let you comment on that. What do you think about his drafting style?
I think much in the sense, well, we'll wait to get to his roster, but I think much in the same way as Kendrick Fun Baskets, I think that he has something that he believes in. He's very mathematical. He thinks like, that if he has a number that he wants to hit, whatever it is. Let's say it's 100 points. Okay? He has a number that he wants to hit each week, and in his head he has a way that he's going to hit that number. And he feels like if I can hit that number consistently, no matter where it comes from, so if I got to do one running back or two wide receivers, he's trying to hit his number, and if he can hit that number, then he feels like he's successful, and he drafts that way to hit that number, whatever it is. So he takes a very mathematical approach to it.
All right.
All right, so go ahead and look over his roster and tell me what you think.
Well, he took Drew Brees in the first round. I can't fault him for taking Drew Brees at 9. I just don't like it for the fact that, again, that offense is suspect. Larry Fitzgerald in the second round, another, who the hell's throwing the ball? Skelton, Cobb, we don't know. But then again, he produces without quarterbacks. I don't know how he does it as a receiver. You got Frank Gore. This one pick I really don't care for too much. I think he reached his peak. I think Gore hit it already, and now he's going to start the downhill, and I hope this is not the year for him. Antonio Gates in the fourth, solid wide receiver, can give you great upside. This is where it gets kind of dicey for him, I think. Percy Harvin, he's got a young quarterback. He can produce, but is the quarterback really going to get him the ball? C.J. Spiller, he's splitting time with with Jackson. He's the backup right now, but he could take the number 1, so I actually like that pick, but just not in the 6th. Steve Johnson, somebody's going to catch the ball from Ryan Fitz. He's going to throw it. He's going to try and air it out a little bit. Santonio Holmes, a lot of upside in an offense that if they can get their shit together, if Sanchez get his shit together, throw a touchdown or two, Santonio Holmes is going to be the one to catch him because there's nobody else out there catching him. And, he took Toby Gerhart. I like that pick, in case Adrian Peterson goes down. Don't know why he picked Bernard Scott. Maybe he sees something that we don't. And, he's got Steven Jackson in there, who I think is, a little bit – I think also he reached his peak, but, it was his number 1 running back taken in the 3rd round. I really can't I can't knock him too much for it.
All right, so I'm going to take a look at his roster, and this is what I see. I see a lot of guys that have, like you said, have hit the peak. So when I look down this roster, what I see that concerns me is, okay, Drew Brees isn't going to have the year that he had last year, so he's not going to be able to ride. He's going to have a good year, but, there's just too much flux in New Orleans. Everybody thinks they're going to rally together, maybe make the playoffs or go on a run to where they go to Super Bowl because Super Bowl's in New Orleans. I just don't see it, man. So, I think it's a good pick. You can't not take him there, but, it's whatever it is. Gerald's solid, too. But after that, it's like Frank Gore is not the Frank Gore of old. And he's got some guys on his heels that are just going to take carries.
Yeah, you got Dixon and Hunter, I believe.
And now Jacobs. So I'm not saying Jacobs is the second coming of anything, but I'm saying he's going to take carries. And Gore's not going to run good enough to hold back, to keep those guys off the field. He's just not.
And they drafted Michael James in the 2nd round. So, they're not,
I think with the loss of Vincent Jackson, that Rivers is going to look for Gates more. I just don't know if Gates has it like he used to. Percy Harvin, he's probably the youngest veteran guy that's kind of on the downswing of his career. It just seems like he had a good year with Favre, but it's just never really, and plus Christian Ponder's throwing the ball. C.J. Spiller, I don't like at all. I think that Fred Jackson is the truth. I drafted him, but that aside, I just think that he's the guy. I think he's ready to be a top 10, top 15 running back. Stevie Johnson, he's a half-a-year wonder. Once it gets cold, they stop throwing to him. And here's what I got to say about – well, first I'll say what I got to say about Toby Gerhart. He's a white running back, the end. Now, what I got to say about Santonio Holmes is, you ever had that guy that and you're just like, man, if this dude could just get out of his way, he'd be great. Maybe he's not good with money, maybe he's whatever, not good with women. Just, he's got everything's there, but he's just not making it happen. That's Mark Sanchez. And at what point are we going to stop making excuses for Mark Sanchez? Like you can look at the numbers for Sanchez, and you go, oh man, his numbers are kind of comparable to Eli Manning in the 4th year, or he's this, or he's that. The guy just doesn't do it, man. He just does not do it. He's a great kid. He's a good shit, but you can't go the whole goddamn preseason and not throw a touchdown pass. I don't give a shit if you're in a new offense or not. You don't want to show anything, or show me some goddamn offensive continuity. Take some people down the field. The Giants got in there. I mean, they got some. They won the Super Bowl last year, and I don't see it from Sanchez, dude. I don't even think he finishes the year starting. If he doesn't finish the year starting, Antonio Holmes can forget about that stuff at that point. So I'm not crazy about this draft at all. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my. I do like the Jacob Tamme pick, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my 2 cents out there, and I'm gonna give him a C minus. I like him early, and by early I mean very early. Breeze and Fitzgerald, and I hate him late.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give him a C plus, like what I said before, man. I mean, he's got some guys that got a lot of upside, but he's got injury questions with Antonio Gates. He's got injury questions with Percy Harvin. He's got question marks with Santonio Holmes. Quarterback questions with Larry Fitzgerald. I got to give the best I can do right now is a C plus.
All right, so we got a C minus out of me and a C plus out of you.
Yep, and Matthew Berry likes his greens better than we do, man. He's gonna go ahead and give him a B plus.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's a Southern boy. Maybe he saw greens and that's all he needed to see. He was like, I'm with this guy. All right.